Hello, I'm Dr. HR and I approach the global labor and capital market not with emotional, comforting advice but as a cold, structural, algorithmic systems. I hold a PhD in human resources, a master's from prestigious Tata Institute of Social Sciences TISS in Mumbai, and a bachelor's in computer engineering. Operating on the ground here in Dubai since 2010 and consulting for Tier 1 corporate entities, sovereign wealth funds, and apex tech founders across the Middle East and India, I have monitored exactly how global value is created, filtered, and captured. The market no longer rewards you for screaming into the void. It rewards you for absolute mathematical legibility. For 25 years, the entire architecture of the internet was built on a single, ruthless metric, capturing human attention. But in May 2026, that era is mathematically dead. The web is no longer navigated by a biological eyeballs. It is increasingly filtered through autonomous AI agent that interpret information to make decisions on behalf of their human users. We have violently transitioned from attention economy to the interpretation economy. Marketers are watching their conversion rate collapse because they are still writing emotional surface-level copy for a machine that does not possess a heart. Job seekers are being permanently ghosted by recruiters because they are submitting AI-generated resume to AI screening algorithms, creating a zero-signal feedback loop of absolute synthetic noise. To remain relevant, you must build a truth layer, clear, structured, high-fidelity data that autonomous agent can ingest, verify, and execute upon. At the same time, you must understand the paradox of the 2026 market. As the digital world becomes entirely mediated by algorithms, raw, physical human memory, and in real time the IRL, brand loyalty have become the ultimate Veblen goods. Before I completely dismantle the illusion of traditional marketing and HR recruitment, expose the lethal financial of the AI washing, and give you the exact architectural blueprint to become legible to agents while remaining unforgettable to humans, hit the subscribe button and press the notification bell. I post daily videos showing you how to dominate the global capital and technology grids using uncompromising engineering logic. Stop trying to hack human attention, start commanding the algorithm's interpretation. Grab a notebook, it is time to update your source code. Phase 1. The death of attention economy, the agentic shift. We must first diagnose the exact macroeconomic collapse of the system that built Silicon Valley and the global advertising complex. From the year 2000 until roughly 2025, the internet was a massive casino optimized for biological hijacking. Companies spend trillions of dollars optimizing colors, push notification, and inflammatory headlines to capture a fraction of a second of your dopamine-driven attention. The customer acquisition cost (CAC) was based on buying human eyeballs on platforms like Meta, Google, and TikTok. You were the product and your attention was the currency. In the 2026, that physics has fundamentally broken. The apex operators, the sovereign executive, and the high net worth individual in Dubai and Bangalore no longer browse the internet. They deploy the autonomous AI agent. So when a Tier 1 CEO needs a new supply chain software, they do not Google it and click on a sponsored ad. They command their enterprise LLM, analyze the top 5 logistics platform compliant with the UAE data sovereignty law, compare their API latency, and output a recommendation based on our current Q3 OPEX constraint. The AI agent does not look at your website's beautiful UI. It does not read your emotional, story-driven marketing copy. It bypasses the graphical interface entirely and scrap your raw data. It interprets the information, makes the deterministic calculations, and presents the decisions to humans. This is an interpretation economy. If your company is still spending 80% of its marketing budget on flashy videos and emotional ad copy, you are throwing capital into a furnace. You are marketing to a biological audience that has already outsourced its purchasing decision to a silicon proxy. If the AI agent cannot instantly interpret exactly what you do, how much it costs, and mathematically parameters of your performance, you are invisible. You have been filtered out before the human even know you exist. Phase 2. Building the truth layer, Agent engine optimization. How do you market your product, your services, or your personal brand to a machine? You must abandon traditional SEO, the search engine optimization, and master agent engine optimization, the AEO, by constructing a truth layer. An AI agent operates on logic, structured data, and verifiable constraint. It aggressively penalizes ambiguity, marketing fluff, and unverified claims. The traditional marketers write, "Our revolutionary, synergistic cloud platform will empower your team to achieve unparalleled synergy and skyrocket productivity." To a human, that sounds like a standard, albeit terrible, corporate pitch. To an AI agent executing a data scraping protocol, that sentence contains zero functional parameter. It is classified as a synthetic noise and discarded. The sovereign marketer in 2026 builds a truth layer. This means exposing your corporate data in highly structured, machine-readable format like JSON LD, schema markups, and open API documentation. The truth layer writes, "Platform X processes 10,000 API calls per second with 12 millisecond latency, priced as $0.04 per compute cycle, ISO 27001 certified, native integration with Oracle SCM and Databricks." The AI agents ingest that data instantly. It verifies the logic, it aligns the parameters with users' constraint, it selects your product. To remain relevant in the interpretation economy, you must strip away the emotions from your digital footprint and replace it with the high-fidelity, auditable reality. You must become mathematically legible. You are no longer convincing the consumer, you are providing the absolute truth to the consumer's automated proxy. Phase 3, the prove-it economy, the future of human resources. We must strictly apply this exact same physics to the global labor market and the human resource pipeline. If you are a job seeker or a mid-level executive trying to climb the corporate hierarchy in 2026, you are operating in the prove-it economy. Let us look at the catastrophic failure of the modern application process. In the 2024 candidates discovery, they could use ChatGPT to write flawless, hyper-optimized resumes and cover letter in 3 seconds. They flooded the market. HR departments responded by using their own AI agent to screen the resume. We now have a completely broken localized matrix where a candidate's AI is lying to the recruiter's AI. Using back-office AI automation to format your resume or draft your emails is no longer a competitive advantage. It is an absolute bare minimum table stakes. It buys you zero leverage. The HR AI agents of 2026 are programmed to detect and discard self-reported, unverified claim. If you write expert in Python, a master of strategic leadership on your LinkedIn, the parsing agent assigns it a credibility score of 0. To survive the prove-it economy, candidates must demonstrate actual skills and evidence of their work that can be explicitly interpreted by the hiring algorithm. You must integrate telemetry-backed proof of work. You do not claim you know how to code. You provide a verified link to your active GitHub repository so the AI can audit your commit history. You do not claim you are a marketing genius. You provide the cryptographic hash of a smart contract or a digital product passport that proves you executed a successful campaign. You must transition from a resume of claims to a dynamic dashboard of evidence. If the algorithmic gatekeepers cannot independently verify your biological execution, you will never reach the human hiring manager. Your professional identity must become a localized truth layer. Phase 4, the Veblen good of human memory, the proximity premium. This brings us to the profound counterintuitive paradox of the interpretation economy. If AI agents are mediating all the digital transactions, scraping the data and filtering the option, what is the role of a biological human? The human provides the initial prompt. The AI agent does not wake up and spontaneously decide to buy a software license or hire a supply chain director. The human CEO types the prompt, "Find me a logistics platform like the ones Ahmed was talking about at the DIFC dinner last night." The human dictates the intent, and the human intent is driven by memory and the brand loyalty. While your digital presence must be perfectly optimized for the machine, your physical presence must become unforgettable to the human. As digital interactions become infinitely scalable, synthetic, and cheap, physical human connections becomes the ultimate luxury asset a Veblen good. The most successful operators and the corporations in Dubai and India are pouring their marketing budgets into, in real life, the IRL offline experiences, exclusive dinners in majlises, closed-door mastermind in high-security corporate vault, and high-stakes physical networking. When you sit across a table from a sovereign wealth fund allocator, shake their hand, and look them in the eye, you are seeding the biological prompt. You are embedding your identity into their limbic system. When they return to their office the next morning, their biological memory triggers the command to their digital agent. We don't just need people who knows us, we need to exist in physical room to generate the organic friction that algorithms cannot replicate. Human connections and offline experiences become exponentially more valuable because they seed the exact prompt that lead to future AI-driven purchasing and hiring decisions. Phase 5. The lethality of AI washing, the trust debt. There is a fatal trap in this transition and thousands of companies are currently falling into it, AI washing. Because the market demands AI integrations, weak corporations and terrified candidates are faking it. They take a legacy, obsolete software product from 2018, wrap it in a thin API connection to an open source LLM, and market it as a revolutionary autonomous AI solutions. Job seekers put prompt engineering expert on their profile because they know how to ask a chatbot to write a grocery list. This is a corporate fraud of 2026. When you engage in AI washing, you are accumulating massive trust debt. Remember, you are no longer marketing to easily manipulated humans. You are marketing to an autonomous agent. When an enterprise AI agent audits your revolutionary software, it instantly analyzes your backend architecture. It sees the legacy code. It registers the high latency. It detects the fragile API wrapper. The agent immediately flags your company as fraudulent. You are permanently blacklisted from that enterprise procurement algorithm. The same applies to the human layer. If you claim to be an AI native Apex operator, but you show up to an IRL meeting and cannot articulate the structural difference between a vector database and a fine-tuned model, you destroy your biological credibility. Pretending to be an AI native without absolute hardcore structural substance creates a trust debt that bankrupts your reputation. It fails to provide the clarity needed for agents to verify you, and it destroys the authenticity needed for the humans to genuinely connect with you. Do not fake the architecture. The machines can see right through it. Phase 6. The sovereign dual strategy, mastering both realms. We have diagnosed the death of the attention economy, the necessity of the truth layer, and the HR prove-it economy, and the extreme premium of physical human memory. The final phase is your execution protocol. If you are a corporate executive and a founder or a professional fighting for a survival in 2026, great. You cannot choose one side. You must deploy the sovereign dual strategy. Step 1. Architect the silicon legibility. You must tear down your digital fluff. Audit your corporate website, your LinkedIn profile, and your product documentation. Eradicate the emotional adjective. Replace them with structured, high-density, API-readable data. Provide verifiable proof of work. Make your digital footprint perfectly legible to the cold, calculating logic of an autonomous agent. Ensure that when the machine comes looking for the best option, the mathematic points undeniably to you. Step 2. Engineer the biological memory. You must simultaneously architect your physical presence. Stop hiding behind your laptop. Step into the high-friction, high-stakes physical world. Host the dinners. Speak the elite conferences in Dubai World Trade Center. Look the apex operator in the eye. You must be deeply, profoundly human, messy, charismatic, and authentic. You must be so biologically memorable that the C-suite specifically programmed their AI agents to find you. The amateurs of the 2026 will pick a side. They will either become pure digital ghosts, hyper-optimizing for machine until they lose their humanity, or they will ignore the technology entirely and be filtered out of the economy by the algorithms. The sovereign operators refuses to choose. You must master both. Legible to the machine, unforgettable to the human. The 3 critical questions. Before we sign off, I require your data. Answer these 3 critical questions in the comments below. Number 1. Is your company's marketing strategy still relying on emotional clickbait advertising? completely blind to the fact that autonomous AI agents are now filtering out your campaign? Number 2, if a corporate HR algorithm scanned your professional profile today, would it find verifiable cryptographic proof of your skills or just a list of empty self-reported claims? Number 3, are you intentionally building high-stakes in-person physical network to ensure biological executives specifically command their AI agent to seek you out, process the data, execute the strategy, and I will see you at the top.